The only people who don't want to disclose the truth are people with something to hide.
Hello, YouTube. Well, here's a gun show in Arizona, and as you can tell, the line is extremely long. We all know why the line is long. We also know why the line is long. We know what created it and why it's doing this. Number one, it started a little bit further back than just the Sandy Hook incident. It started with the UN. They're making it as if they're trying to make people look bad because of Sandy Hook, because they're buying guns. They were buying guns before Sandy Hook, people. They've been buying for a few years, but really bad for the last year since they started, or the last, maybe a little longer than that, well, the first episode of the UN treaty with President Obama. It's gotten really bad. And Sandy Hook just created even more pressure to go after the American people's guns. So yes, they are buying guns, and they are buying ammunition. And why are they buying all of this stuff? Why? Because the American people are free, or want to be free, or think they're free. They want to be free. Yes. They haven't forgotten who their ancestors are. And they're not, as long as we, the people, keep pushing who we are. I got a few clips that I want y'all to watch and listen, and just put them together in your own heart and your own mind, and listen to the clips that I've used to make it all reality to you. And some of the things that come from Sandy Hook, and after Sandy Hook, and during Sandy Hook, and all of that. So y'all listen to this and check it out.
Time as real-world event, or as a real-world event. Now, when a local reporter caught up with Tracy and asked him about this outrage his theories might trigger, here's what he said. Listen.
You had 20 families that were mourning, that buried children. Are you concerned about that at all?
Well, I think that the entire country mourned about Sandy Hook, and yet once again the investigation that journalistic institutions should have actually carried out never took place, as far as I'm concerned. I think that we need to, as a society, look at things more carefully. Perhaps we as a society have been conditioned to be duped.
The tragedy of unspeakable terms played itself out in this community. Lieutenant Governor and I have been spoken to in an attempt that we might be prepared for something like this playing itself out in our state. The tragedy of unspeakable terms played itself out in this community. Lieutenant Governor and I have been spoken to in an attempt that we might be prepared for something like this playing itself out in our state.
What did he mean by we've been spoken to and things being brought out in things like this could happen in our state? What did he really mean? I don't know, folks. Seems like to me was a little bit warmed, and that's just me, my opinion.
The president is going to act. There are executive orders, executive action that can be taken. We haven't decided what that is yet, but we're compiling it all with help of the Attorney General and all the rest of the cabinet members, as well as legislative action we believe is required. So I appreciate you very much being here.
Okay, y'all did see that. You saw Biden, you heard what Biden said, and they did. Him and Obama did sign, or Obama signed it, and Biden got the places and things to do, and there was 23 in all total, I'm assuming, that they got together and it's a proposal for amending the Second Amendment. Now, folks, that's why I'm doing this. Is that really what we want? Why is it that the president and the vice president and people that's got extreme amounts of money can hire bodyguards to take their kids to school, but we can't? We don't have enough political power or political clout to do so. Well, here we go again. Here's that big famous question, right? It's good for us. What's good for us is not good for the gander, but good for them is good for the gander. So is that what y'all want, folks? Really? Okay, everybody, and then we had the hurricane in Louisiana, and it decimated New Orleans and killed people, and they used it as a test to take the American people's guns away. And the next little clip I got here will explain that to y'all. And if you listen to it real closely, you'll understand. And I'm sorry about the dog again, but they're eating and they're acting like morons. But anyway, that's another story. But y'all please listen to the next little clip and you'll get the idea of what I'm trying to tell you, and maybe you'll understand why this is real important to everybody. Okay?
Lay it all out just like you've been told it.
Yes, sir. It's basically, I'll lay it out there for you. It's not really a secret to a lot of law enforcement officers here that's on the side of God and country. We know the feeling, and we all feel it. And they plan on a total all-out gun confiscation. And it's just simple. I mean, it's just that way. Basically, how they've got the law enforcement agencies tied in was with all these federal government funding programs. It didn't make any difference what an agency wanted. For specifically the last couple of years, they've just poured and poured and poured millions and billions of dollars into local law enforcement agencies. Now the federal government owns them, and they pretty well have to do what they say do if they want to continue.
Oh yeah, you suck off the federal ticket, they're not going to ask you to pay them back. That's for sure.
Yes, sir.
Now, I lost my train of thoughts. Many questions going through my mind. I can't keep up with them. As far as far up as you know, who's behind this? As far up as you know,
it goes way high.
Okay.
I'd rather not say exactly what I do know, but I do know it goes high in the federal government.
Well, you do know that Illinois, as we speak, has got a bill proposed that would outlaw any kind of more than probably single-shot rifle or handgun, whether it's lever actions, pump actions, whatever. You know that, right?
Yes, sir. I did hear that. Yes, sir.
And they would not grandfather anything. They'll all be turned in or confiscated. Do you foresee that happening cross country?
Yes, sir, I do. And one of the main training sessions for this, and I know people's hashed over this, but I know it for a fact, that Hurricane Katrina was just a training session for local law enforcement agencies across the country.
Yes.
And if you'll notice, they never utilized their own departments there. They brought in law enforcement agencies from out of state. They brought in National Guard from out of state to see how things would work. And now they're carrying on with that training to the local law enforcement agencies. And the old law enforcement officers always call it the old knock and talk rule, but it's not a law, it's a rule.
Yes.
That's what their intentions is to carry through with the knock and talk. And you can either let them in by invitation or they will come in.
Yeah, that in Hurricane Katrina, they literally arrested people, and the one video went viral. That little lady had a handgun. She was holding it, and they tackled her with it. And they did do gun confiscations after Katrina. The mayor said we're going to do it, and they did it. Now
There won't be any tackling this time, Pastor Butch.
won't be any what now?
There won't be any tackling anyone this time.
This time be what then?
Be total force, deadly force.
You mean okay?
And now that you heard that, this is something new to come out that Dutch just found. This is the Super Bowl song that's going to be sung, and I'm having the lyrics read to you, but the name of it is called Nuclear.
Dreams and I had mine eyes wide open, and we dreamed together. I never know how we keep our shit together, wondering is this love or illusion? We're just getting better. When the two become one on a quantum level, it's nuclear. We're two here, there's nowhere left to run. Why run? Why would you run? It's nuclear. We're two here, we both heat up, going all the way, going all the way, going all the way, going all the way. You had your half and I had mine, but now there's no such thing as you and me. I was so used to feeling in complete wondering, is this love or illusion? We're just getting better. When the two become one on a quantum level, it's nuclear. We're two here, there's nowhere left to run. Why run? Why would you run? It's nuclear. We're two here, we both heat up, going all the way. Anytime the climates change between us, we share a bond they can't restrict, that can't be touched. So amazing, superpower takeover, never lose the energy. It's nuclear. We're two here, there's nowhere left to run. Why run? Why would you run? It's nuclear. We're two here, we both heat up, going all the way, going all the way, going all the way, going all the way.
All right, now that y'all have heard that, and here's the Batman map again. And please, people, don't forget the sinkhole. Don't forget it. Or let's don't call it the sinkhole anymore, because that's really not what it is. It's a dome, salt dome collapse. That's basically what it is. And this is pretty much what this video is all about. Is to explain to you that all of this goes together, including the Batman shooting in the theater, and a few others previous to that I don't really want to go into anymore. It's just, it's too far gone. People, you know what's going on. Just wake up to the fact that we're being duped again. Just like 9/11, same thing here. So much love to y'all. Y'all have a great evening, and hope y'all have a great day, okay?
If there's a blue pill and a red pill, and the blue pill is half the price of the red pill and works just as well, why not pay half price?